Figgy Fiends and Collectors, this is me, Daniel East 1000, back again with another Indiana Jones Adventure Series Figgy review. And well, we're going to continue our look at Wave 3 with the Grail Knight. Have we chosen wisely? Well, let's find out in this review. First, as per usual, before taking a look at the figgy, we're going to have a look at the packaging. As always, it's got the Indiana Jones Adventure Series logo at the top there. Some CGI render of the figgy itself. Nice artwork of the character. You've got a notation of the Build an Artifact accessory there as well. Name of the character, a bit of legal MacGuffle at the bottom there. Then continue around on the side. As always, got the Indiana Jones Adventure Series logo up there. The Grail Knight looking up to the heavens almost, and some imagery from the film. Of course, the plastic packaging free notation, and on the other side you've got a rundown of the Build an Artifact feature. Of course, a look at the thing that you can build, as well as the figures and the parts they come with to build said accessory. You've got a load of legal MacGuffle there as well. And on the back, you've got that CGI render again of the figure itself, notation about the Build an Artifact accessory, film that it's from, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, Grail Knight, picture of the figure itself and the accessories that it comes with, and a ton of legal garb at the bottom there, and the very bottom there as well. So, that's the packaging out the way and done with. Let's take a look at the figure itself. And here we have the Grail Knight in all its fortune and glory. This is a real bit piece character. He doesn't appear in the film that long, and particularly does appear towards the end. Extremely tragic in that he has sat guarding the Holy Grail for possibly hundreds of thousands of years. The scene where Indy meets him, the score of the particular scene as well, always incites feels in me whenever I watch it.
I was chosen because I was the bravest, the most worthy. The honor was mine.
So I'm really pleased that Hasbro did do a figure of this guy, and it is worth noting that Hasbro did do a figure of him in the 3 3/4 inch line, and was for me a real standout piece, although it did have its flaws, particularly in the area of articulation, or in there of lack of. This version, I'm really pleased to announce, absolutely builds on that figure and completely improves it. Of course, it's completely new, so let's just get a look at that head sculpt, of which is absolutely brilliant. Some really, really good sculpting, some really good detailing. I love the chainmail texture that they've put on that. I love as well how the hands sort of posed in a way that you can recreate the scene where he's waving Indy and his dad off. Rotate around, you can obviously see the cloak, of which again is a solid plastic, but it doesn't really hinder articulation, which is quite nice. You've got the Brotherhood of the Cruciform Sword insignia, really, really beautiful. Then around here as well, of course, that's on the tunic. Looking really, really great. You've got some belt going around the torso. You've of course got a belt going around here to represent the one for the sheath of the sword. Really, really nice. And then towards the legs, you've got that chainmail texture going on the feet there as well. He looks absolutely stunning. A real standout figgy, just something completely different in the entire line. You know, when you've got characters wearing suits, quite a few dark colours, and then you just have this guy, a knight, just adds some real curiosity and interest to your display. And well, anyone who's seen Indiana Jones, if they know, they know. Just really, really beautiful stuff going on. I love the work and attention to detail Hasbro put into this particular one. In terms of accessories, of course, it wouldn't be the Grail Knight without the Holy Grail.
That's the cup of a carpenter.
Of which is the main MacGuffin in the film, and as you can see, I've got him holding that. And in terms of the paint application, I do feel like it could have been better. There could have been some little flecks of gold, like on the real prop, but it still looks pretty good. It looks representative of what it's meant to be, and then on the interior of the cup, there is gold there. So, you know, it's decent enough.
You have chosen wisely.
And, well, the figures can hold it pretty damn well. As I did mention, the Grail Knight does have this big, long flowing cape, which is a separate piece, and you can remove that if you do so wish. is entirely up to you. And it has a little peg just on the interior there, of which slots into the back to keep it nice and secure onto the figgy. Of course, it is textured. You've got the creasing effects there, and it sort of sits all the way to the bottom. Fortunately enough, unlike the original 3 3/4 inch one, it isn't oversized and doesn't weigh the figure down to the point that it's falling over, which is really, really great. Of course, you've got the ropes that attach it around his neck, and there's some silver sort of detailing on the ends there as well. And finally, the last accessory that he does come with is the sword and sheath, of which you can remove. It does fit on via a peg, and you can draw the sword out, as he does in the film, where he offers it to Indy to vanquish him. Of course, that does just plug in there like so, and sits really, really nicely. So that's it in terms of the accessories that he does come with. It is worth noting as well, though, he does come with some build and artifact pieces. These come in the form of 3 fake grails. You've got 2 silver ones and a gold one. One of the ceremonial plates, I mean, I think it's a plate, I'm not too sure, and a torch which will sit on the grail table. Moving on to articulation though, this figure has a ball jointed head, although it is quite limited just due to the fact that the chainmail collar goes around the front of the chest, so it is kind of limited on that front. But he does have butterfly joints in the shoulders, ball jointed elbows, ball joints in the wrists, ball jointed the torso. He has ball jointed hips with the thigh swivel, ball jointed knees, and ball jointed ankles with the rocker joints. So you can get this guy in some really, really good sturdy poses. You know, it's really hard for me to pick something where Hasbro chose poorly with this one. They did a stellar slap up job. Overall, this figure looks absolutely stunning, a real standout piece when you have it out on display, and particularly in front of that grail table, it just sets things off amazingly. As I've said, it's a bit of a bit part character, but if the line didn't include it, I think it would have been sorely disappointing. Hasbro did an absolutely tremendous job with this guy. They chose wisely, and I'm super grateful that they got this guy in the line. Overall, I highly recommend it, particularly if you love The Last Crusade, arguably the best Indiana Jones film, although that's up for debate, I'm sure. Let me know what you guys think of this guy though. Will you be picking him up? Sound off in the comments down below. And while this is me, Daniel East 1000, signing out, and thank you very much for watching.